Now it's...
Hey everybody, on this episode of MischiefMaker TV, we're going to explain what the rear suspension is going to be like on the back of this JL. That's what you were supposed to say.
Yeah.
Could you say that now?
Good job, Ian. So, let's do this.
Alright, so we made this part.
We did. We made this. You saw this already. This was the plate. This was the first time we used the plasma cutter table thing. And then yesterday, make some of these. So we're going to show you what's up here, why it's all there, and we're going to recreate this on the other side today. So, yeah, in a nutshell.
In a nutshell.
In a nutshell.
This is you in a nutshell. I'm in a nutshell. Help me, I don't know. Anyway, okay, so the point of this plate is that this plate does two jobs. This plate not only acts as the upper shock mount, but when Abe builds his cage, this will be the roll cage plate will go on the top side. So we'll cut another one of these plates that'll go inside the Jeep.
Yep.
So then when the roll cage sits here, the load from that cage gets transferred down through here, through the shock mount, and then down these tubes to the frame.
Yep.
And the reason we did these tubes is we now have this tube runs all the way across. What some people might want to do is just weld to the outside of the frame. They would take like a little stub tube, weld it on the frame. And the problem with these JL frames is they're so thin, there's a good chance that it's going to rip off. So at the bare minimum, what we do is we go through the frame on both sides, but we lucked out because this tube we can run all the way across. So we're adding another cross member to the frame. So this one goes all the way across. And now this shock mount is tied on that shock mount. This front arm comes down. This front tube goes down this one. Ollie drilled this hole, went through onto both sides. This tube will actually stick out to the inside, and then we'll run another, not a full cross member all the way across.
Yeah.
We'll just run a tube from here back to this cross member, basically just adds a little extra. It's just extra strength.
Yeah.
It doesn't, I don't think it needs it, but
No.
I'd feel more comfortable with it.
But it's, yeah.
And then the whole point of this is what'll happen now is this other piece, this shock mount that Holly held up, that one, we have one in here now. This is now tacked to the plate, and the shock mount is tacked to the plate. So then what we'll do is we'll take these tubes out, we'll push these little pieces out, we'll take the screw that's holding the roll cage plate out, and we can take this entire shock tower out, build it on the bench, and then put it back in.
Pretty cool stuff.
And then we got to do it again on the other side.
Yeah.
And then we're like a tenth of the way done our work today.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's your pen?
Make it like
Okay.
because I got to go in here.
So you want it a little curved.
Yeah, so you get around the well.
Curve it.
While you do that, I'm going to weld.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Boop. So.
Let's see.
See, we need this to line up with that hole right there,
Gotcha.
which it's not bad right there,
It's not too bad. You want me to hold this?
but it kind of, this needs to go down.
You got it.
So,
You don't want to see any of the black line left?
correct.
Okay.
Take it over to the sander and sand that off.
Si, senor.
Let me see how that fits.
Do you know how many people have said, Holly, ... Bippity bop.
Bibbity bop. When you fell down.
Yeah.
That can be your line now. From now on, when you fall down, you'll be like, oh no! Bibbity bop.
I just had that on a t-shirt. Bippity bop.
Should.
I had What the Frickle Frackle on a t-shirt.
It sold out
Sold out.
really
Like
quickly.
18 minutes.
What the frickle frackle?
Yeah.
Look at that. That's what we'll do.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Well, I'm gonna drop because that's the actual width right there.
Okay.
See how close it is?
Yeah.
So, but what I like to do is I'm gonna drop a really thin washer in here.
Okay.
And that way when you're once this is painted and everything, and when you slide it in, there's like, you don't want it to have like slop, right?
Yeah, no.
We don't want it to be like, when you bolt it up, the shock's in there like moving back and forth like this.
Yeah, no.
But all of this is gonna, when I weld here, this pulls this way. When I weld here, this pulls this way.
Okay.
When I weld here, it pulls that way.
Okay.
And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it in there with a bolt, tighten it like that.
Yeah.
And then what I'll do is I'll put a little washer
Just
in
a little
between,
one. Yeah.
like a little gap like that, just like that. And that
Amazing.
way, when we weld it, it doesn't move around as much.
Perfect. Sounds like a plan, Stan.
I just need it.
Like a tiny one.
See what I got out there. This can go away. We don't need it right now.
Okay,
Because
perfect.
we don't want it there when we're welding.
No.
That would be bad.
Alright, whilst we're working on the shock mounts over here, we're gonna check in with Abe, who's over at the actual Jeep, doing the PSC system. Like a champ. It smells of power steering fluid over here.
It reeks.
It reeks! How are you getting on, Abe?
We are getting on.
Yup.
I'll just set these down and we'll put those back in a minute. Everything is out.
Yup.
Let's see. We're getting ready to go back and put everything back in place with the new stuff. The new JLs. Let's go over here. Stock box was set right here. We removed it. Removed all the lines that cut down through, and we'll go to the other side and look what we had. The JLs come with an electric pump. We're going to change that over into a mechanical pump with a couple brackets and a belt. Looks like we're going to remove this to get out of our way for our coilovers to go in, make some room. Let's go over here and check this out.
It is like clear in here.
Yeah, it gives us
a lot of space.
plenty of room to do what we need to do.
Exactly.
Electric pump used to sit right here. This area is now going to be open for us. The new pump, Walter, can you see up in here? The new pump, I believe, sits right in here. We change over the pulleys and we change over the belt, and that's going to allow us to go full mechanical. Over here on the bench, we can show the size difference of the two.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at the size difference of the
Oh
two.
my goodness. It's like little baby.
Massive.
A huge difference.
Yeah, so this is anybody that has a PSE kit, most of their pumps all, look the same.
Yep.
But check out the craftsmanship
On the bracket.
on that billet bracket.
Yeah.
It's almost too pretty to put in there. This was our old pump. This is now going to be our new pump. Electric, mechanical. But you can see the size of the shaft. I mean, it's huge. I could grab the mic and tell you the difference, but this should hold up to anything that this Jeep's going to be able to do.
Well, of course. And it's going to make turning
Absolutely.
those 42s super, super easy. So we're going to have fun with that. There's not going to be any going back and forth.
won't
You're just
struggle.
going to be able to be great.
Maybe get a tractor wheel.
Yeah, just like my wheel.
Yep.
Pause for a second. What is this on the wall?
You're gonna have to ask. You're gonna have to ask about
this
that.
like-
some weird voodoo thing. That's really odd.
I couldn't, I kind of scrolled there a little bit. What on earth is that?
Go ask Ian.
Let's go ask him.
I'm almost afraid to read it.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab my coffee though. It does. I have a question and a concern.
Uh-oh, what's your concern, man?
Well, we were talking about the PSC, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a bunch of fabric stuff hanging on one of your pillars. It looks like a voodoo-y thing.
Oh, yeah, it's food up.
It is a voodoo doll.
Did you just casually say you have a voodoo doll?
It's like a legit voodoo doll. Yeah.
Very cool. That was so casual. Yeah, it's a voodoo doll.
Yeah, it's a voodoo. I had it. I took them a lock of your hair, Ollie, and had them blessed with it.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Ah. Check this out. Pretty cool. It's hot.
I think it's gotta go forward. It's actually not too bad where it is. It's all good. It just twists when you weld it, but we can twist it back.
Okay.
We have tools for that. But I'm looking for the hole that I had originally. Ah, there it is. That's where it was before. So hold on. That's where it was before.
Okay.
So can you get the tube in there or no?
No, you're in the way. You're in the way, Ian.
That's okay. We can. What we'll do is we stretch it to make it fit. All right. I really was just doing this so I could see how much of this needs to stick out the other side.
Okay.
So now I just make the other side match. So that's where it was right there. Which is perfecto. Okay. Bloop, bloop, bloop. There we go.
Bloop now.
So now we gotta measure how far this tube is sticking out this side right here.
Okay.
See this?
Yep, from there to there.
And then you need to measure on the other side, make it the same, make a mark. Then we'll pull this tube out and cut it.
Okay. Tape measure. Okay.
We measure a lot. What you got?
Oh. Oh yeah. This one's way longer.
It's way longer.
Choppity chop. Whoa.
Okay. So now let's get your other plate to their side.
Wait, plate for
Where
the
it
other
is.
side.
Yep. And then we need a little
Little guy.
screw.
Shloobity-doo.
We may need to clean some of this out. See how this is sitting like a lip right here?
Yeah.
And on the other side, look over here. No lip right here.
Oh yeah, there's nothing.
So let's get the little grinder.
Little grinder for the glue.
I want the lip to go away. Well, not you don't have to. We don't have to take a lot out because it just has to be the same height as this.
Okay.
And then, yeah. So grind here.
Oh, yeah.
About there. See what I mean?
Lip to lip.
Yeah. It doesn't have to go flush. It just has to go down a little bit.
Okay.
And then I'll get that thing.
And force?
No force.
Lots of force?
Always let the tool do the work.
Lots of force is what I'm hearing.
Force. Brute force.
Yeah.
Dude, having a pen pocket is the most boss fucking thing I've ever seen.
I know. He
Like
just
that.
whips it.
It's
He's
the
just
glasses
like,
too. The glasses too. It's the glasses also.
It's when he has the welding helmet on. You take his glasses off. He makes it like this.
So what do you got going on over here?
Just going to take out some of this plate. We got the 2 bolts that are going here. That way we don't have to clean it up after the bolts are in, and we don't have to remove this again. But the reason why I'm chiseling it out and cutting the weld line is because these frames are so thin. We're trying to keep the heat off of it, and we're also trying to keep the cuts so we're not having to weld into the frame. So we'll just have a little bit of grinding on what's left of the weld here, but I should be able to peel the rest of it out.
For some reason, you guys still use miles per hour.
Yeah.
See, that makes no sense.
Why?
Because you use miles per hour, but your distances are measured in kilometers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
It makes all the sense in the
It
world.
really does.
No, it really does.
It's clear to me. Clear to me.
I used to watch Top Gear all the time. And I'm like, why are they talking about miles
per hour.
Oh, they must just do that because it's for the American network.
No.
And then I'm like, what? They still use miles per hour?
Of course.
That is so weird.
It is what it is, Ian.
Because it makes no sense. See, now she's being an American.
Makes all the
You're
sense
ready
in
to
the
get.
world.
You're ready to get your citizenship if you're like, it makes perfect sense.
It is perfect sense. You don't question our authority.
You don't do distance in kilometers.
It's not in the signs. The signs still have it, don't they? Doesn't
Signs
say
have miles or kilometers.
Miles.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why then.
Absolutely 100% miles.
See, whenever I watch Top Gear, it's the opposite. They do their distances in kilometers, but their speed is always in miles.
What trips me up is the Ford. Sometimes I hit the button by mistake on the thing. Like I'll be on the speedometer, and if you hold the OK button or whatever, it switches to kilometers. And I'm going through a neighborhood, and I'll look down. It's like you're going 69, and I'm like,
I'm flying!
All right, guys. For you who are in England, because I know Scotland is definitely still done in miles, is it done in kilometers?
Distance.
Distance.
Because the speed is done in miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Distance? What is
Distance.
this?
Kilometers.
Leave a comment below.
Leave a comment below. Nope. Yo. No. FM. Yeah, fucking magic. Oh, I got a snort out of her! Yay! I got a Holly snort. Alright, do some measuring. Make sure.
Okay, time for some measuring.
he's obviously not aware that the snorts aren't that hard. Like
Oh, is it easy to get a Holly
she
snort?
snorts quite often,
I don't snort.
fairly often.
I don't know how I feel
I
about
like
that.
a good Holly snort.
Sure, Uncle.
Bob Drunko.
That is your end.
Ooh, how did that happen?
Happened.
Further light. We're way farther apart on this one. I don't know why.
Okay. I can hold it for you.
That's gonna fit right good. It does it. Look. Bloop.
Okay. Thanks.
Looks about right, doesn't it?
Try that
Give it a bump.
Wait.
Try that one.
Try that one.
So what is this here, Ian? And why do we have it?
This is a box of steering fittings. It's important to always keep extra fittings. Never throw them away.
We lost one.
How
have the
about
right one?
that? That worked, Ian.
Does that one fit?
Yeah.
That one worked.
But we still have this mystery over here. Oh no, I guess this is right. I just had it fit in that pump.
Yes.
Weird that that fitting fit in that pump, but it didn't fit in the box. I think.
Going over the top and then straight in.
Get in there. Get down here. See, I think that goes.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good on mine.
Yeah, this works.
I think that goes like that. I think. I'll double check on mine tonight.
Yeah, that works.
Alright.
Okay. Ollie, what did you get done?
Holly, nope, many things. We're done.
I built many things today.
I still think Holly should end every episode with, this is what I learned today.
And this is what I learned today.
What are we shooting, Walt? Bing bong.
Our plan was to get the shock mounts done, which we have done. This one, extremely hot. This one, kind of coolish. So tomorrow we're gonna come in, we're gonna paint them, we're gonna mount them. They're gonna look beautiful, but ta-da, this is a day's work.
Yeah.
Feeling good about it. Learned a lot.
So we'll paint this, but we'll paint it to about here. Leave this part raw so we can still weld it. Then we're gonna put it in, and then we'll weld this in the truck, and then we'll paint that. But we also have to weld the little tubes in the truck too.
Yes, we do.
Then, rear shock mounts again. One step to being MischiefMaker 2.0.
One more step. Guys, if you are enjoying the channel, you gotta remember to subscribe, like, leave me a comment. Don't forget that notification bell. I am really excited that you guys are coming along on this journey with us. And until next time, I'll see you later.
Smash that notification.